Morning. It's June the 1st, and my wife and I just got out here this morning, and we got our shade cloth put over our tomato trellis. We have 5-gallon buckets of concrete mix with 80 pounds of concrete mix in each bucket, with a 6-foot T-post with the 12-foot long cattle panel. And they come 16 foot, but we took the cutoff pieces because we only needed 12 feet and laid them on top. That way we could tie these tomato plants up to let them grow up instead of the branches falling over, because they've outgrown these tomato cages. So we've got them trellised to the back and to the top with our yarn. And to that, we added yesterday, we bought some PVC pipe and some fittings from the local hardware store, and we added another 5 inches above the cattle panels on top. Sorry if I got you in the sun, it might be hard to see. You can see the PVC pipe in there with the fittings. And these are, like I say, 5 inches above. You can see the cattle panel. So these tomato plants can grow up and through and still be supported. And then we got the shade cloth this morning installed on top of that. She got online on Amazon and got us some 40%. I got online and ordered a shade cloth that was, I didn't really read the read all the description. I accidentally bought 90%, but we're going to use that for the back porch to keep the sun off of it. But for plant growth, we needed something like a 40%. So she got the white aluminum coated, so it can reflect the heat. We didn't want black because your black shade cloth, it gets hot, and we wanted that heat out of there. So this is aluminum coated, 40%. I think for this is a 12-foot long by 10-foot wide piece, and it was only $30. It's got nice heavy-duty grommets on there, and we bought some bungees. We bought a couple of packs of bungees, so in the high winds, these bungees will allow the fabric to stretch instead of rip the grommets out. We had a little overhang here of the cattle panel, so my wife said, well, let's get some pool noodles and just slip on that so it wouldn't tear up our shade cloth. You can see that. And then the shade cloth up on top is laid on top of the PVC piping. And in between the piping, we took some garden twine. You can see the garden twine there, so there wouldn't be any sag. And we ran it between these PVC panels. But we had to get something up on here. We've had a week of rain, heavy rains, but we got 90s coming back. And 2 weeks ago, we had almost 2 weeks straight of high 90s and no rain. And even with putting up to 2 gallons every 2 days of water in these pots, these are 25-gallon pots, these plants were still wilting in the heat of the day. The sun comes up over there, goes all the way across, and then it sets back in there. So these plants here get full sun all day long. But with 90, and we were high 90, so there was a couple of days there we were at 100. On the porch anyway, it was reading over 100. But the plants were wilting down. We solved that problem now with this 40% shade cloth. You can really tell a difference standing out here. We're going to get 90s today, and right now it's kind of really hot right here where I'm standing. But if you walk in here, it's really nice with that 40% shade. I don't think I would have went any thicker. And we'll see how this does. But this is our tomato gardening setup, and we've got some giant Marconis. They were wilting down pretty heavy too in the heat of the day, so they're even covered. So there you see it. We got cattle panels as trellises, PVC frame on top, and 40% shade cloth. So if you're having an issue in the heat of the summer with your tomato plants and you're struggling with them wilting down, even with watering them heavy, try you some shade cloth. Thanks for watching.